Well, it's about 10 minutes to 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. and I'm outside Glenn's house, Glenn, our drummer, and it's a fortune show tomorrow in Germany. But we're catching a flight very early in Birmingham, so this is the glamour of travelling abroad with the band. So we're off to Germany, and it starts here at 5 a.m. in Leicester. Well, we're in the airport on this lovely journey to Germany. This is the boring bit. Well, it's all boring, to be honest, most of it. We've got to get all the guitars in here. So here's proof that we put the guitars in. If they don't turn up, don't want to tempt fate. So
Here we are.
Here we are. Well, we've arrived, Chris, haven't we? Where are we?
We're Berlin.
Berlin, Deutschland. You all right there, Glenn?
I'm all right.
You've survived this flight, then?
Just about.
That's great. I'm really pleased. Well, we've arrived. But unfortunately, you can't see the plane because they put us in one of those tunnel things. And the guys are right behind me. So, tomorrow night's gig is about 3 hours drive from here. A place called Zwickau. So we've got a bit of a journey still to do.
In 300 Metern rechts abbiegen in Richtung Freidorf. Du hast dein Ziel erreicht. Das Ziel liegt auf der rechten Seite.
Well, we've arrived at the hotel Ashat here in Zwickau, and well, I best go and check in. Well, finally made it to the hotel here in Zwickau in Germany for tomorrow night's concert, big concert we're doing in the town, and we're at the hotel. So it's a bit of a way out of the town, but I think we're going into the town tonight. So the main road's down there, and I found a record shop, so I'm going to go down there in a bit and have a look. So I look forward to seeing the town. Well, we're having our usual band meeting. It's earlier than probably we should be doing it, but there we are. We have had a long journey here.
It's beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock. So
Beer o'clock somewhere.
just having the one, and then
Just the one. Have you seen the size of it?
we've seen the size
Look
of
at the
that.
size of it.
Very good. It's very good quality as well, and cheaper than England, I might add. Well, I'm in Zwickau with Andreas.
Hello.
Hello there. We just bought some. I've just bought some very interesting records here. Davey Dozy, Bicky McIntitch. Another one there from Davey Dozy, Bicky McIntitch, and a Fortunes record.
yes.
Freedom Come Freedom Go, because we're playing here tomorrow night. And also on the bill are the Lords. And this is an interesting one. This is a Russian EP from the Beatles. In fact, I had to get Andreas to translate it into English for me. And it's a fantastic shop. If you're in Germany, get down here. It's brilliant. I've had a great hour or so in here, and I've really enjoyed it. But I best get back to the hotel and have a beer before I go to bed. So it's lovely to meet you. Herzlich zu treffen, Andreas. Thank you. Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Well, we're in a proper German place here, and they do schnitzels. That's all they do, schnitzels, and it's fantastic. It's really traditional. And there's Chris there, look, pointing his finger. A finger of suspicion. That's Manu, our driver. She's done a really good job looking after us and putting up with us. And we're here having a proper German meal. None of your British rubbish. Schnitzel.
Take a bow.
No, it's your turn.
Darling. Oh,
Thank you.
We've done similar things in Holland, mate.
People wouldn't believe it.
Crazy.
What, you drove to Germany, did a gig, and then drove back? Don't believe it.
Are you going to get these things or what?
Here we are at the Stadthalle Zwickau in sort of south east Germany, probably, I don't know, about 100 miles from the Czech border. This used to be part of the old East Germany, of course. And it's a huge place inside. Thousands here tonight, which would be great. So a bit of a change from doing the theatre, so we're having a nice trip over here in Germany. And unfortunately we're on second to the end, so it's a bit of a late one for us before the animals. But we've got all the mates of ours, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch are here. And there's the Trems, I believe, are playing here as well. And there's the German bands, the Rattles, the Lords, Chris Andrews, who did Yesterday Man. I had a chat with him last night, of course. And Hermits, they're here too. So it's a good gig, and we're looking forward to it. It's very hot here, so I'm going to go back in so I don't get me head burnt. See you later. Well, this is the walk onto the stage for the gig here in Germany at Zwickau. Hey! Hello! What are you doing here? I'm your stand-in. And look who we've just found here in Germany.
Hello,
there he is, Mr. Chris Murs of the Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. There you go. And it's quite a big place, this. It's huge. I've no idea who's doing the sound check there, but one of the German bands, I would imagine. Maybe the Lords or one of them, or the Rattles. I'm not sure. Sind Sie die Rattles or the Lords? Lords, naturally. There they are, there's the Lords. Sehr gut. And guess who's here? We'll have to stop meeting like this. It's me! So here we are, this is the Stadthalle Zwickau, and it's bloody huge. Look at the size of it. It's a place.
Yeah.
That's one of the German bands, the Lords on stage.
One, two, yeah.
Obviously it's a very, very big place.
And so.
I believe it's sold out.
And so.
There's probably multiple thousands, I would think. Oh well, we'll see how we get on.
Can I have some guitar on my way, please? Sorry, can I have some guitar on my way, please? She's got a plan down a very long line to send you little bars love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flower to chase. It's been this way since 1956. What's the
Well, I'm sat here with Barry Whitwam. Now, most of you will know that Barry was the original drummer with Herman's Hermits and still is the drummer today and since 1961 when Hellions was the band you were in?
The Hellions, yeah, it was by me. And the Wailers, 1961 started in those bands. Well, it started with Herman and the Hermits, Peter Noone, Carl Green, Keith Otwood, and two other guys had been down to London to make a record with Mickey, and it didn't work out, and they sort of fell out. And Mickey Most said to Harvey Lisberg, who was Peter Noone's manager, you know, you need a new band for this, but I'm going to sign Peter up, so get yourself a new band. So Harvey had seen our band, the Wailers, at a Twisted Wheel, and he liked it, and he offered us a job. And so what's the job? He says, well, can you back, you know, with the new Hermits? He said, no thanks. He says, what do you mean? He said, we've seen them, they're terrible. He said, don't be too hasty. What you do is have a look at the diary. And they opened the diary up. It was like 7 days a week, forever. And so I said to Derek Leckerby, the lead guitarist, you know, this is for me, I'd already turned professional. So he said, I tell you what, we'll join the band, we'll make the new band up if you change the name from Herman and the Hermits to Herman's Hermits. So he said, that sounds a good idea. So they did, and we joined. April the 1st, 1964.
And I remember talking to Derek Leckerby, who was the original guitarist, and he told me a story many years ago. You went down to London to do the first single, I'm Into Something Good. And in those days, it was a real difficult journey and travelled overnight.
Oh yes, we travelled, slept on the equipment in the back of the transit van. I got there at 9 o'clock in the morning to Manchester Square it was EMI House at the time. And started at 10 o'clock, A and B side all mixed, 2 hours, made a single.
And of course, the other story that I heard was that you went back to Manchester and didn't think much of it, and then it was a bit of a shock when all of a sudden it was shooting up the charts.
It was, yeah. Harvey Lisberg phoned us up, he said, it's #1 in the charts. I said, that's unbelievable. It's only been out about 3 weeks. And as you were saying before, with the new band, Harvey Lisberg sent a ticket to Mickey Most to come up and see us in the Beachcomber in Bolton. It was a nice little club that was, like the Cavern. And he liked the new band, left the acetate to I'm Into Something Good by Earl Jean, I think it was. 3 days later we were rehearsing it at the Plaza, Manchester at lunchtime sessions, and went down there, as you said, overnight. We were knackered.
I remember that, and I remember Lex saying as well that it happened so fast, and within the space of 2 or 3 years, a lot of UK hits. And then, of course, it was the really big thing was when the band became huge in the United States. And how did that happen?
That was we recorded an album with Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter on it, and the fans who liked that song were ringing up the radio stations. Can you request a song? You know, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. So then MGM rang Mickey Most up and said, the radio stations are getting so much requests for this record. He said, we want to release it. So Mickey Most said, when you get 1 million copies, advance copies, well, you can release it. So they rang up about a week later, it was 750,000. He said, no, I said 1 million advance copies. And they rang him up a couple of days later, it's got to 1 million, let it go. And it went straight to #1 because it's got all 1 million advance copies in the bag.
And of course, Henry VIII I Am was the follow-up to that, and that was also #1.
That's right, they took like 5 minutes to make these records. I'm Henry VIII, that was a throwaway song. And Mrs. Brown was a throwaway song. We were looking for like 12 tracks and we only got 11, so stick Mrs. Brown on it. We used to do it in the show. And Peter Noone used to stick 2 balloons up his sweater.
And there was, of course, in 1965, at one point, there were 3 #1s in America, consecutive #1s by Manchester acts. There was Wayne Fontana, there was Freddie and the Dreamers, and then yourselves. So Manchester ruled the world for that brief period in America.
And it all came out of Kennedy Street Artists.
Of course.
One agency.
In Withington, they used to have their office, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's right, in Withington. And in America, a lot of people may not realise this, but Herman's Hermits were bigger than the Beatles in 1965 in America.
1965 to 66, we sold more records than the Beatles. And in fact, we sold more records than anybody else in the world.
It's an incredible story.
It is.
Yeah, incredible. And of course, then towards the late '60s, the styles changed, and you had some great records like "There's a Kind of Hush," which was another massive hit all over the world, and "No Milk Today," of course, which is a European huge hit. Yeah. And on into the '70s, of course. But then you've been playing for all these years since. And I mean, we're here in Germany today at Zwickau, and no doubt you'll be playing some of the big hits tonight.
Oh yes, we've got 35 minutes. We're going to play just Herman's Hermits, nothing else. And as you were saying, it was incredible the amount of records we put out. But what fizzled out in America for us, Mickey Mouse was sending what records we released in UK and Europe, like as you would know today, and the Americans didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And because they were changing their direction. There was a group called the Cowcells, and they were getting like number ones, and our stuff was just as good as theirs. But MGM weren't promoting us.
Well, the Cowcells, of course, again, a band that didn't have any hits in the UK, but they were the sort of the Partridge Family were modelled on them. Later on, they were like a sort of a very early version of the Jackson 5 kind of thing. And they were on the same label as you, and presumably the label would be saying, well, we'll spend the money on this rather than yourselves.
That's what they did.
Moving forward to today then, more recently, you've actually turned your hand to writing a book about your life in Herman's Hermits and as a musician. What's that book called?
It's called Keeping the Beat, Barry Whitwam. My life with the Herman's Hermits.
And that's recently been released. Is that available on Amazon and things like that?
Yeah, all the internet outlets, it's there.
So what sort of stuff's in the book?
Well, it starts off how I started when I was I was named after an orchestra to start with. My mother was just giving birth to me, and I was supposed to be Yvonne. But when I came out, she was very disappointed, and the registrar came down and said, "Have you got a name for this boy?" She said, "No." After 5 days, the registrar said, "I'm coming down tomorrow. I want a name for this boy." And she saw the registrar coming down the ward. She had headphones on, and the music had just finished, and the announcer said that was the Jan Barry Whitwam Orchestra. So I was named after an orchestra. Everybody
out there, if you get the chance, go onto Amazon or to whatever online site. Is it available in bookshops as well at the moment?
Not yet, no. I've got some to sell on when we do shows in England.
Right.
But basically it'll be on the internet. Hilarious stories.
I'll bet there is.
There's not much sex in it, but...
Well, of course, I mean, just for example, you worked with The Who, didn't you? They were your support band in America.
Right. 1967, we were organising a tour of America, a 10-week tour, and we decided we needed another English group with us. So we phoned The Who and said, "Do you want to come on tour for 10 weeks in America?" And they said they'd never been there. I said, "Well, there's your chance, you've got 10 weeks. And we said, "There's one proviso, you're going to have to be our warm-up band." The Who warming up for Herman's Hermits. It was a great show. When they smashed their equipment to pieces. And there was one story in the book, when the last day of the tour, they had a lot of explosive powder left over. So they put it under my drumstick, right? While I'm playing the drums, they sneaked up, put a big powder and then a fuse in it, and we finished our set with "I'm Henry VIII," and it finishes my shirt caught on fire, my hair was gone on the back. They thought it was hilarious.
That's amazing. I remember talking to Carl Green, the bass player, and he said, you know, people saw the Hermits as, you know, a more sort of poppy band, and the Who obviously were very chaotic and heavy, but he said, we actually got on really well and we had such a good laugh together. And in many ways, Pete Townsend said that the Hermits were more party people than they were at the time.
Yeah, I think we showed the Who how to trash hotels.
Well, just bringing it to a close, I know that you've got a big tour of Australia coming up soon, so what can you tell us about that?
Well, that starts, we're getting a plane on my birthday, the 21st of July. We'll fly to Melbourne. We've got 7.5 weeks, which comprises of Tasmania, 2 days there, 3 days in New Zealand, and back and finished 5 weeks in Australia. And we've been there going, as you know, every year. I think it's about 40 times now to Australia.
It's a long flight, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, this time we've treated ourselves.
Yeah.
We've gone business class.
Oh, that'd be good.
We found out we can claim it back.
Yeah.
It's tax deductible.
Right.
Well, you know, for nearly the end of my career, it's tax deductible. So we're doing it years
Well,
ago.
it's better late than never. Well, listen, Barry, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And like I say, we'll put something on here about the book. And we're on stage tonight, the same concert here with Hermits. And we'll look forward to watching you. And I'm sure it'll be fantastic. So many thanks.
Thank you very much, Eddie.